Why, hello, hello, hello. YouTube said I should make more of the same because popular videos are popular videos because you like them. So I thought what I'd do is I'd eschew all that and just keep doing what I wanted to do and review things I've been listening to. So, yeah. Anyway, I listened to Lemmo's album, Lemmon. Lemmo. Who is Lemmo? Lemmo is Michael Lemmo. He's currently the host of Norman's Rare Guitars Guitar of the Day segment. I'm a big fan, and yeah, he's a young fella from Philadelphia. He's in Los Angeles at the moment, selling guitars and doing his music. Very talented guitarist. Very talented guitarist. I thought, well, I'll check out Lemmon. It's 13 songs, 55 minutes, bit long, and there are three piece. There's him, Greg Coates, is a bass player. I don't know who the drummer is because I don't think he's appeared on Norman's Rare Guitars. But bass player is pretty cool as well. Young old fella, old bass player. Now he needs to put a bit of weight on, if you know what I mean, to be a proper bass player. Um, so yeah, I mean, some of the tracks on here I think I'd heard. Lay there, I think I'd already heard. Um, to put it, I mean, to describe it, it's very much LA band. It's very much an LA band kind of material, and the songs therein are very much a love letter to rock and or roll. So it veers from like one. Um, Again, it's cruel to me to say that they're pastiches, but they do sound in some instances like they are pastiches of other songs. But it's done with love. You see, you can tell that this fella really loves his rock and the history of rock and the whole culture of it, and that's what's on this record. It's very LA based. I can't remember which track it was because these reviews are very insightful, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to say that because people in the comments tell you how awful my reviews are, but I know they're awful anyway. 10 years and I still haven't learnt my lesson. Uh, but yeah, so one of the tracks sounds like it's like Santana. And I was listening to it when I was on the walk to get my son from school, so I didn't make notes. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. But I did know that "Must I Always Know Where You Go" because I looked at the track. I actually looked at the track name. Sounded like Queens of the Stone Age, "Go with the Flow," which it tickled me. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed that. Um, so yeah, it kind of veers from one rock and roll pastiche to another. Again, very much the product of an LA band. It's very, insular. This is what would be cool on the LA club scene, I would imagine. And that's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame because I think Lemmo is a great guitarist. He's very inventive, very melodic guitarist. And the real shame of these recordings, I doubt if he's watching, but this is some critique for you, is his guitar playing doesn't really shine, and that's because one, he insists on singing over them, and not that he can't sing, but some of the songs I think would be better suited to another voice. Also, because Lemmo is much of a personality. He's very much a personality on the Guitar of the Day strand. When he sings, "Oh, she's a dirty girl, she's a dirty girl," I just think of wholesome Lemmo who loves his mum, and it made me titter. I tittered. I tittered. It's like Keith Richards singing about salad and going vegan, you know, and and taking up yoga. It just wouldn't happen, would it? Maybe it would. I don't know. So yeah, there was a little bit of a disconnect because again he's doing the whole rock and roll, oh she's a dirty girl, doing the whole rock and roll thing, but it did come across as just I couldn't I couldn't get behind that. Evergreens Forevermore, even though it's a bit of a tongue twister, it kind of rounds off the album. I quite enjoyed it, and so did Every February. Fun enough, there was something about those tracks. I think it's because the words every February and evergreens forevermore. EF. It means something. There's symbolism there that I haven't quite picked up on. Um, I mean, yeah, again, it's very accomplished stuff, but you don't get to hear Lemmo, the guitarist, and there's two reasons. One, he sings over it. Um, that's not a problem if he wants to do sing songs. But the second reason is the production. Real problem with the production. It's very muddy, very muddy. But it's that kind of sludgy kind of rock production that you get. No mids. There's no high end. There's no sizzle. There's no splash to the sound. If you understand what I mean. So it comes across. And again, with the guitar occupies certain frequencies. Sometimes you need that sizzle to cut through. So yeah, very very flat. It's a very flat, thick sound, which is good if you're Led Zeppelin, I suppose, and it's the 1970s. But now production's kind of moved on a bit. Now, like I say, this is very much LA band music, with the blinkers on. And that's a shame because, again, I think the people involved in this are all very talented. And I always ask myself, why, if you have all this talent, would you choose to make music like this? But that's just me because I'm jealous of their talent, you see. As I struggle to do my thing, I imagine these people accomplish this with ease, and you wonder why when they could do something more interesting. But yeah, it's going to appeal to a certain kind of person. It's going to appeal to a certain audience, an LA audience, people that see them live. But it's not going to go any further than that. Also, 55 minutes. It's a long one. Cut it down to 40. All the best albums are like 35, 40 minutes long, Lemmon. I like the cover. The cover's good. Best thing about it. But yeah, it was an interesting diversion, and interesting to hear what Michael Lemmo's up to. But he should really do an instrumental album because he's really good with the looper. He needs to go left field. He needs to go experimental. He needs to play. He needs to play from the soul, and rather than putting on the LA rocker act. But hey, that's rock and roll for you, isn't it? It's very hard to do anything really new or inspiring in rock and roll without referring to what's gone before, and that's what we have here. Yeah, not a bad album, not a bad listen, but it's just, it's one of those. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been talking about Michael Lemmo's album, Lemmon. It's got lemons on the cover. It's good, that. Lemons. Named after Jack Lemmon, I would imagine. If there was only two of them in the band, if they were Joe, they could be the odd couple, but he didn't go that way. He's a trio. The da da da. Yeah, anyway, I've witted on long enough about an album you have little interest in, and neither does the YouTube algorithm. But hey, guess what? Let's talk about the things I'm enjoying. Yeah? Rather than putting on the Pink Floyd t-shirt and doing Pink Floyd top 10. Nobody wants that. Remember, folks, leave a comment in the comment section about how much you don't want the Pink Floyd top 10 with me wearing a Pink Floyd t-shirt. I bought the t-shirt especially. Anyway, yeah, do give it a go. It's on the streaming sites. It's on the YouTubes and the iTunes and the Spotifys and the whatnots. They've also got a Bandcamp page where you can support them over there. Again, if you are a fan, if you don't like enjoy the album, go and watch Norman's Rare Guitars on YouTube, the Guitar of the Day strand, because Lemmo's on that, and you can really get to see his playing. He's just a really, really good player. Really melodic and organic player, and I really enjoy him. And it's like I say, it's a shame it didn't really translate into this, in this album. What I hear there doesn't translate to here. And that's it, really. Thank you for watching. My name's been Darren Locke. There's only one more thing left to say by now. You should know what that is, and that is shut up.